What if the very essence of your identity became illegal overnight? A chilling thought, isn't it? Yet it's a stark reality for many living in Ghana. In a recent and shocking development, the country has outlawed LGBTQ+ identification. This move has not just changed the legal landscape within the nation, but it's also sent ripples across the globe, prompting reactions from human rights activists, governments, and ordinary citizens alike. This new law is a significant shift, one that has sparked a flurry of conversations about human rights, identity, and the role of legislation in dictating personal lives. It's a complex issue, fraught with emotion, politics, and deep-seated cultural beliefs. And it's an issue that's attracted international attention, not just because of its controversial nature, but because it also sets a precedent for other countries grappling with similar questions about LGBTQ+ rights. The implications of this law are far-reaching. It's not just about the legality of LGBTQ+ identification in Ghana. It's about the broader themes of personal freedom, dignity, and acceptance. It's about the world we live in, and the kind of world we want to build for future generations. It's about the struggle for human rights in a world that is increasingly interconnected and interdependent. The reactions to this new law have been varied and intense. There has been outrage, disbelief, and sorrow, but there has also been solidarity, resilience, and the unwavering belief in the fundamental right of every individual to be who they are, without fear of persecution or discrimination. So, what does this new law mean for LGBTQ+ individuals in Ghana? What does it mean for the international community? And most importantly, what does it mean for the very concept of human rights? These are the questions we'll be exploring in this discussion. Let us delve into the details of this new law, its implications, and the reactions it has elicited worldwide. But what does this new law entail exactly? Now, let's dive into the specifics. The law in question, freshly passed in Ghana, essentially criminalizes the identification and promotion of LGBTQ+ rights. It's a sweeping piece of legislation that has far-reaching consequences, and it's crucial to understand its scope. The law makes it illegal to identify as LGBTQ+, or to advocate for LGBTQ+ rights. It's not just about self-identification though. The law also prohibits any public show of support or promotion of LGBTQ+ identities. This includes activities like organizing LGBTQ+ events, advocating for LGBTQ+ rights, or even offering support or counseling to LGBTQ+ individuals. The penalties imposed by this law are severe. Individuals found guilty of these so-called offenses could face up to 5 years in prison. And the penalties are not just limited to individuals. Organizations found to support or advocate for LGBTQ+ rights could also face hefty fines and sanctions. This law doesn't just affect those who identify as LGBTQ+ in Ghana. It impacts everyone, from families and friends to human rights activists and organizations. Even foreign entities operating in Ghana, such as international NGOs and corporations, could face penalties if they're found to be promoting LGBTQ+ rights. It's important to note that the law's effects are not just legal, but also social. It reinforces a culture of fear and discrimination against the LGBTQ+ community, and it gives a green light to homophobia and transphobia. But this law doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's part of a larger global trend of countries passing legislation that restricts LGBTQ+ rights. These laws, like the one in Ghana, are often justified in the name of preserving traditional values, but in reality, they serve to marginalize and oppress LGBTQ+ individuals and communities. With such severe implications, this law has unsurprisingly sparked global outrage. The world watches as Ghana takes a step back in human rights. As news of Ghana's recent outlawing of LGBTQ+ identification spread across the globe, a wave of international outcry ensued. The law, seen by many as a blatant disregard for human rights, has drawn sharp criticism from world leaders, international organizations, and human rights activists. Key figures from the United Nations have been quite vocal in their response. The Secretary General expressed deep concern, stating that such laws are a step back for inclusivity and equality. Meanwhile, the UN's High Commissioner for Human Rights called the law a blatant violation of human rights. Across the Atlantic, the President of the United States, a staunch supporter of LGBTQ+ rights, deemed the law an affront to the values we hold dear. Similar sentiments have been echoed by numerous other world leaders, from the Prime Minister of Canada to the President of France. International organizations haven't held back either. Amnesty International called the law a dark day for human rights in Ghana, While Human Rights Watch urged the international community to stand in solidarity with Ghana's LGBTQ+ community, beyond the verbal responses, there's been talk of tangible actions too. Some nations are considering sanctions or other measures to pressure Ghana to reverse its stance. Economic implications could be severe, given Ghana's dependence on foreign aid and trade. However, it's not all been condemnation and criticism. A handful of countries, primarily those where homosexuality is also criminalized, have shown support for Ghana's decision. This has added another layer of complexity to the international response. There's an important note to remember. While we focus on the international outcry, it's crucial to acknowledge the diversity of opinion within Ghana itself. Despite the global backlash, there are those within the country who support the law. Yet amidst the global outcry, there are those within Ghana who support the law. Contrary to global sentiments, there are those within Ghana who back this law. This statement might surprise some, but it's essential to understand the diverse perspectives within the nation. Now let's delve into why some Ghanaians support the law outlawing LGBTQ+ identification. We can attribute this to a mix of cultural, religious, and political factors. Starting with culture, Ghanaian society is deeply rooted in traditional values and norms. Homosexuality is considered taboo and is often associated with Western influence, which some see as an affront to Ghanaian culture and values. This perception is not unique to Ghana but resonates with many African societies, where the majority believe in preserving traditional norms and cultural identity. Religion plays a significant role too. Ghana is predominantly Christian, and many of its citizens interpret religious teachings to be against homosexuality. The influence of the church is extensive, shaping the moral and ethical compass of its followers. For many, their religious beliefs supersede any law or global human rights discourse. Lastly, we have the political aspect. Some politicians have seized upon this cultural and religious sentiment to gain political mileage. By supporting the law, they are seen as championing Ghanaian values and protecting society from what they term as foreign influence. But it's not just about the politicians, it's about the people. Many Ghanaians genuinely believe that this law is in the best interest of their society. They see it as a measure to uphold their cultural and religious values. However, it's worth noting that this support is not universal. Many others within Ghana vehemently oppose the law, arguing that it infringes upon individual rights and freedoms. They believe that everyone, regardless of their sexual orientation, deserves to live free from discrimination and fear. The conversation around this law has sparked a nationwide debate, revealing a deep divide within Ghanaian society. On one side, those who believe in upholding traditional values and norms. On the other, those who advocate for individual rights and freedoms. This controversial law has undoubtedly left the nation divided. As we move forward, it's crucial to foster dialogue and understanding amongst these contrasting perspectives. Only then can a society truly progress. Imagine living in a country where expressing your true self could land you in jail. This is the harsh reality faced by countless LGBTQ+ individuals in Ghana today. The recent outlawing of LGBTQ+ identification has sent shockwaves through the community, creating an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty. It's a stark reminder of the challenges faced by those who dare to be different in a society that demands conformity. Let's take a moment to reflect on the individual stories of those affected. Picture the vibrant life of Kofi, a young gay man who once freely expressed his identity. Now he lives in constant fear, his true self suppressed, forced to lead a life that is a far cry from his authentic existence. Or consider the plight of Ama, a transgender woman who, despite societal pressures, dared to live her truth. Today, she faces the threat of imprisonment simply for being who she is. These are just two stories among many. Each one is a testament to the resilience and courage of LGBTQ+ Ghanaians who continue to live their truth despite the adversities they face. Their experiences shed light on the harsh realities and the human cost of this law. This impact, however, extends beyond the individuals. It resonates through their families, friends, and communities. Parents live in fear for their children's safety, friends are torn apart, and communities are left divided. Moreover, this law also poses a significant threat to the mental health of LGBTQ+ individuals. The fear of persecution and the stress of living a double life can lead to anxiety, depression, and in the worst cases, self-harm or suicide. But amidst this darkness, there is a glimmer of hope. The LGBTQ+ community in Ghana remains resilient, their spirits unbroken. They continue to fight for their rights, their voices refusing to be silenced. They are not alone in their struggle. Around the world, people are standing in solidarity with them, advocating for change, and pushing for a world where everyone can live freely and authentically. The fight for LGBTQ+ rights in Ghana is far from over. In the face of adversity, hope often emerges. Amidst the tumultuous landscape of changing laws and shifting societal norms, a beacon of hope continues to shine. The efforts being made to challenge the new law outlawing LGBTQ+ identification in Ghana are significant, and their impact cannot be underestimated. A wave of activists, both within Ghana and on the international stage, are raising their voices, refusing to be silenced. Their message is clear: the fight for equality, for the right to love and to live authentically, is far from over. In the heart of Accra, Ghana's bustling capital, grassroots organizations tirelessly work to safeguard the rights of the LGBTQ+ community. They provide safe spaces, counseling and legal aid to those affected by the law, all while advocating for its repeal. Their courage and resilience echo through the city's streets, reminding us that hope is not merely a concept, but a powerful force of change. Internationally, human rights organizations are also stepping up. They are amplifying the voices of Ghana's LGBTQ+ community and applying pressure on the Ghanaian government. Their efforts are crucial in ensuring that this issue remains in the global spotlight, and that the world stands in solidarity with the LGBTQ+ Ghanaians. Let us not forget the everyday heroes, the friends and families who provide comfort and support. They are the unsung champions in this story, their love and acceptance a testament to the enduring human spirit. This collective endeavor paints a picture of strength and unity, of a world that refuses to stand by in the face of injustice. It is a testament to the power of hope, and the belief that love will always triumph over hate. The path ahead may be fraught with challenges, but these activists, these champions of human rights, are not deterred. They stand tall, their resolve undiminished, their spirits unbroken. For them, this isn't just a fight for equality, it's a fight for humanity. A fight for the right to love and to be accepted for who they are. It is a story still unfolding, a battle still being fought. This law has not only affected Ghana but has sparked a global conversation. As we delve deeper into the implications of this law, we find that its impact reaches far beyond the borders of Ghana. It's clear that the ripple effects of this legislation have begun to shape a global dialogue on LGBTQ+ rights. Throughout our exploration, we've touched upon various facets of this issue. We've seen how the new legal landscape in Ghana has been altered, and how the international community has responded to it. We've also observed the stark divide within Ghana itself, and the profound impact this law has had on LGBTQ+ Ghanaians. Amidst the uncertainty, we've also touched upon the glimmers of hope that continue to shine through. But let's not forget, this isn't an isolated incident, it's a part of a much larger narrative, the global fight for LGBTQ+ rights. This law, in many ways, symbolizes the challenges that the LGBTQ+ community faces worldwide. It serves as a stark reminder of the ongoing struggle for acceptance, love, and the basic right to be oneself. In many ways, this conversation is a litmus test for societal attitudes towards diversity and inclusion. The global reaction to Ghana's law is a testament to the world's growing consciousness about LGBTQ+ rights. And while the law is a setback, the ensuing conversation has the potential to create awareness, foster understanding, and eventually lead to change. As we navigate the complexities of this issue, we must remember that at its core, it's about people. It's about their rights, their freedom, and their ability to live authentically without fear. It's about creating a world where everyone is accepted for who they are, regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity. As we continue to watch this story unfold, we are reminded of the importance of human rights, equality, and acceptance. Thank you for taking the time to understand this crucial issue. We hope this video has illuminated the current situation in Ghana and its global implications. If you found this information valuable, please hit the like button and share it with your friends, family, and social circles. Your shares can help spread awareness and spark much-needed conversations. We invite you to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analysis and breaking news from around the world. By subscribing, you'll be the first to know when we release new videos. We also encourage you to engage with us in the comments section below. Share your thoughts, your questions, and your insights. We believe in fostering an open dialogue where differing viewpoints can coexist and enrich our understanding of complex issues. Remember, your voice matters. Together we can make a difference.